हिपोपोटामॉन्स्ट्रोसिस क्विपिडालियोफोबिया। यस, आपने सही सुना। ये सबसे लंबा वर्ड है डिक्शनरी में एंड इट मीन्स फियर ऑफ लॉन्ग वर्ड्स। Ironic, isn't it? In the financial world, you may have heard terms like CAGR, XIRR, PE ratio, and valuations. The meaning of these words is much simpler than they actually sound. Many new influencers have started working towards financial education and other inclusive efforts to simplify finance. In spite of such massive growth, India is still one of the most penetrated financial markets in the world. Even today, less than 3% of our total population actually invests in direct equities, and less than 5% have exposure to mutual funds or other schemes. This percentage is 40% in the USA and 16% in China. But the major reason for this lack of inclusion is awareness and education, as well as the gap between industry explanations and people's understanding. Let's find out why the financial world is full of jargon in today's episode of Financial Wellbeing 101.
हेलो, नमस्कार। माय नेम इज़ विनय सिंह और मैं क्या करता हूँ, आई जस्ट सिंप्लीफाई पीपल पर्सनल लाइफ। और ये जर्नी मेरी जो कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड से शुरू हुई थी, जब मैंने देखा वहाँ पे क्या गलत हो रहा है, अनइथिकल हो रहा है, विच ट्रिगर मी टू टेक अ कॉल टू स्टार्ट माई ओन कंसल्टेंसी। और ये 2004 में मैंने अपनी कंसल्टेंसी शुरू करी। इंटेंट यही था कि लोगों को एक हैप्पी फुलफिल लाइफ की तरफ और फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम की तरफ लेके जाऊँ, जस्ट टू सिंप्लीफाई द पर्सनल फाइनेंस। देखिए, अगर आप देख रहे हैं कि ये डेफिनेटली एक ऑक्सफोर्ड की एक पर्सनल फाइनेंस पे डिक्शनरी होनी चाहिए। आप देखिए, लाइफ इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो गई है, लाइफ अपने आप में कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है और सब कुछ जुड़ी है इससे, पर्सनल फाइनेंस से। इफ़ यू सी, वी नो हाउ टू अर्न मनी बट वी डोंट नो हाउ टू मैनेज मनी। आई मीन, वी हैव नॉट टॉक राइट फ्रॉम अ चाइल्डहुड। हमें बताया जाता है कि ये आपको यहाँ माथा टेकना है, आपको ये आप बड़ों को पैर छूना है और सम अदर रिचुअल्स। बट डू वी नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन सेविंग अकाउंट एंड करेंट अकाउंट? हमारे बैंक कैसे काम करते हैं राइट फ्रॉम चाइल्डहुड? No, only thing we have taught, beta, only work hard that you able to get a good job and you earn more money. But what then? They started earning more money and understanding how money works, we never able to solve this puzzle. जहाँ तक आपने इन्फ्लुएंसर की बात किया, रिसेंटली अभी ये आया भी, जब मार्केट अपसाइड रहता है, सब पॉजिटिविटी रहती है मार्केट को लेके, स्पेशली इक्विटी मार्केट को लेके, तो बहुत सारे मशरूम की तरह बहुत सारे इन्फ्लुएंसर क्रिएट हो जाते हैं, पैदा हो जाते हैं। बिकॉज देन द सोशल मीडिया के प्रेजेंस पे पीपल गेट इन्फ्लुएंस एंड कैरिड अवे बिकॉज दैट इज ऑल्सो सोर्स ऑफ मनी फॉर देम। बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ गूगल इज कंसर्न, दे गिव यू दैट ओनली द ट्रिगर पॉइंट एक्सप्लेनेशन, नॉट द हैंड होल्डिंग। दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन। सो अनलेस एंड टिल अब ABCD हमें नहीं मालूम पर्सनल फाइनेंस की, सो हाउ able to understand how the influencer want to take you to your goals or aspiration? That is something one have to be very careful about, especially the influencer. पहली बात तो मैं ये मैथ क्लियर करना चाहूँगा कि पीपल फ्रॉम पर्सनल फाइनेंस और फाइनेंस बैकग्राउंड ऑल्सो, दे ऑल्सो डोंट नो प्रॉपरली, एंड बिकॉज दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम पर्सनल फाइनेंस और फाइनेंस बैकग्राउंड, द ईगो इज सो हाई, दे से नो, आई नो अबाउट इट। इनफैक्ट इफ यू आई एम इंटरेक्टिंग क्लाइंट्स फ्रॉम IT guys or from medical science, at least they are accepted and they try to understand and listen to you. It's much easier to handle them. But as compared to people coming from personal finance or finance, they are more arrogant and they don't want to open up. And to simplify, it is important to give simplify the personal finance. For example, how is the myth and reality? People look into a quantum, not into a percentage. हम टके में बात नहीं करते ना। अगर वह बिजनेस की बात करते हैं, someone is running a business, he look into a percentage growth is there, salary increment is concerned. But in terms of personal finance, we look okay, I have invested into this FD. My FD become from 1 lakh become 1,50,000. That is a wrong understanding. We see how much percentage we got is a notional gain or net gain. If you see right from a childhood, 7-8 standard may we have simple interest, power compounding, but the way our education pattern is there, that itself have flaws. So if we should have personal finance, if not a subject, at least should be a chapter and some initiative taken into in Indian education system, and that is important. Right from childhood, we have to inculcate this thing. So awareness is the first step, and then connecting the dots. Power compounding is just not a formula. How it's going to work and make a difference to our life, that is also equally important. So I always try to simplify with their personal finance. So I take a lot of time to educate them. So I not immediately, okay, this is my client, investor banna chahiye iska. Sometimes it take 2-3 meetings. I give them some literature, article, blog, and also my team also speak to them one-to-one. So they get well aware about it there and clarify their myth and reality about money matters. So unless until we always take a look about returns, best asset class, and how they define that asset class. For example, in India, if you see, maximum people have percentage of investment done into real estate in any form, but they don't understand how real estate works. For example, the liquidity part, they think okay, whatever the net gain is there is actually coming to them. No, they have to pay a taxation. They have to pay the maintenance cost on that. But if you see, when they understand the financial asset and physical asset, and when they have a balance of both, that make them, for example, three things are very important. One is flexibility, tax efficiency, and liquidity. When they work on this, okay, whether this real estate or any other asset class, give me that liquidity or not, flexibility or not, and tax efficiency. And we have seen, and that make them, they have to work very long years because they never work on this. Classic example, my neighbor, she have good amount of properties in Navi Mumbai. It's almost 7-8 crore. And because of the lockdown, lot of properties which is she had given on rent, not getting the rent on time. But she have to pay the maintenance. If she have done the proper asset allocation of financial asset and physical asset, so that gives a lot of liquidity to her, and she not paying very peanuts amount of maintenance of that particular, despite of have a wealth. But asset allocation is not there and not understanding the basic principles of how the flexibility, liquidity and tax efficiency works in their favor. Jargons so आपके medical field में भी होते हैं, but the self awareness and taking the ownership. Normally we blame the bankers or agents or people from personal finance approaching to you. Definitely take the advantage of it. They exploit you. But how much time you have spent into it? I'm not asking you to become an expert, but you are self-aware about it. Like when you take a medicine or you go to chemist shop, you see the expiry date. It is for my minor child who is just infant, who cannot take a tablet or capsule. The syrup is required. There's basic hygienic factor of personal finance. You have to also be updated. For example, in Singapore, the investor also have to give the exam. And here, jaldi batao. That jaldi batao, it is about linked to your career, according to your goal, your aspiration. And everyone is hurried to take decision. So they don't want to take a pause and understand like how critical it is. So it is linked to your different goals and aspiration of your life. For example, insurance. Insurance means they mix with insurance with investment. They don't understand ki protection. Insurance means umbrella. Why we am carrying wind cheaters or umbrella in like we are in Mumbai. So like monsoon in full flood. So we understand the importance of umbrella that give protection. So are you getting protection? Just giving a 12,000 age of 35% of age, that is 1 crore. But they mix up with the investment plan. So that is irony. It's about both ways. It's not about the mis-selling by the intermediaries, by different insurance company representative or from banker or other financial services. So well aware about it, take some time, understand it, and then they sign the papers. Good thing, lot of initiatives taken by the different regulatory body about in taking a pause, taking the responsibility, awareness about read the documents carefully. How many times we read it? I am not aware about it. This particular banker or this insurance company have cheated me. First, the document come to you, soft copy or hard copy. It is your due diligence also to go through it, and then you can revert back. People are now getting aware about it. Awareness is now prevailing by different social media also. Lot of responsible companies are taking responsibility of curating lot of awareness of personal finance. The difference between financial asset and physical asset. So you have document comes to you. For example, if I have 2 daughters. So if I want to looking for a match for my daughter, I do all the KYC check for the boy whom my daughter get married. Or for example, my daughter higher education, I check all the due diligence of that college, how long that college is in principle, pattern, what is the content, subject, everything, right? Then why we are so much in a hurry to don't want to discuss about personal finance? And plus we want everything we want to go free. So they should also engage in medical science. We go to professionally certified doctors. And same thing, they should be at high time. They should be engaged there with the personal finance educators. Where they can go for professionally advice. Who will be like your sarthi, subchintak, and that is very very important. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आजकल मार्केट में क्या रहता है, इक्विटी मार्केट को लेके काफी सब्जेक्ट टू मार्केट रेस, बहुत बड़े बड़े डराने वाले शब्द आ जाते हैं. तो मैं एक बहुत अच्छा एनालॉजी देना चाहूंगा कि जिसे हम बोलते हैं दाग अच्छे होते हैं. तो वॉल्टिलिटी जिसे बोलते हैं, वॉल्टिलिटी इज ऑल्सो गुड. एंड हाउ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर किसी को आपने अगर हॉस्पिटल में देखा है, कोई हिंदी मूवी में बहुत दिखाया जाता है, ECG मशीन, राइट, कैसे जाता है, जिग जैग जाता है. सो इट इज लाइक लाइफ इज देयर. Moment line becomes straight, life is dead. No more is there. So volatility is also life. If volatility will not be there, there is no growth. So we should not be scared away. We should understand the risk is equally important. Life itself a risk, but we know what mode, what method, what process we are engaged into it to achieve that financial freedom. And without money matters, we cannot achieve other factor of life. So enjoy your life, have a fulfilled life. Thank you so much.